What you're about to witness is a problem that is plaguing our communities all over this great nation of ours. We're talking about the painful experience of untimely death. Our children are dying before they get a chance to live. Yes, they are killing each other in the name of keeping it real. Yes, we're living in a culture of pain. But we've discovered that when families are confronted with this type of pain, they choose one of two paths. Those who choose the natural path, they have apathy, they are angry, they're mad, and that's natural. And it's only natural to seek revenge, retaliation. They become reactive. They want to hurt somebody, but in most cases they end up hurting themselves because of destructive thoughts and destructive behaviors. But then there is the other path. That path is the supernatural path. That's the path of empathy. Yes, you are angry. Yes, you're upset. Yes, you're hurt. But rather than becoming reactive, they become responsible. You feel your pain, but you deal with your pain, and therefore, in time, you heal. Those willing to deal and feel and heal. And the way that this happens is they ask the question, how can I turn my misery into ministry? How can I help somebody who's going through what I've been through? What can I do to stop this badness that causes so much sadness? We've got to do something because it is madness.
I was at work. I was working. I was teaching school at my job, and somebody called me on my job and told me what had happened. He had been shot.
And so I guess it was about 8:30 or 9 o'clock. We got a call and said that he had been shot.
When the gunshots went off, we left. We got ready to get in the car, and I got a phone call saying Terrell had got shot.
I came home from work and felt my baby. My baby was laid across his coffee table right here.
You know, you can just go on and have no morals, no conscience, and, you know, kill someone and just don't care about it.
Funny when he shot me in the stomach right here. And then my brother said, dang, you shot my brother. And he shot my brother, DeAndre. And then my other brother, Jermaine, he tried to take off. And he shot my brother in the back and the leg.
Outside my window, it's the middle of the day. You sacrifice your life to make a deal. Well, who will be the next victim? The one who's buying or the one who's selling? Never thought this would come to Louisville. Well, now there's a killing 2 and 3 and 4 times a month. The suspects out there on the loose. Well, no use of them killing us, we're killing ourselves. If you really, really wanna know the truth, well, God is talking, are you really listening? What does it take to get your attention? You're gonna get left if you don't get right, yeah. These boys out here, they will take your life, yeah. We've been touched by violence ever since the beginning of time. This world has suffered devastation. Yeah, we were so removed, we didn't even notice it until 911 hit our nation. Yeah, we got bombs, storms, hurricanes, guns, tornadoes, tsunamis, earthquakes, and airplanes. So many people's met their end. Well, we got joy, pain, sunshine, rain. The devil's trying to do his thing, and I know he's coming back again. Don't you know, I know.
What does it feel like losing your brother, though?
Man, I'm talking about it hurts, man. You know what I'm saying? This is my dog, my ace Boone Coon, for real, for real. And it hurt because I wasn't around to be even there to support him when he was in that bed, you know what I'm saying? You know, and then there was a whole lot of good stuff going on with him, and I didn't get to see none of it. And it really hurts, man. It's unexplainable. Ain't no words in the dictionary can explain how I feel about my loss right here.
You think this territorial thing, as far as the beefing between different parts of town, is kind of silly to you? Or what do you think about that kind of beefing, man? Is it justified or not?
In the streets, it's justified.
You say it's justified when a person wants to kind of own their own turf. I feel that. I understand what you're saying. But how do the babies get caught up in that kind of beef?
That's an accident.
So you saying that when the babies get caught up in this stuff, that's accident stuff?
That's when they slip through the holes of the system that the white man got.
Okay.
It beats us down.
And why do you feel you're being beat down? I just quick question. I'm getting your thoughts. It's real deep.
Man, I think the system is designed to keep you broke unless you make it yourself.
So do you think by people not getting enough money in their pocket, that's why they clock out here?
Yeah. What else would that?
What school are you going to, my man?
University of Kentucky.
Let me ask you this question right here. You were talking about territorial and you said that it's justified right now. Have you ever thought about this though? The fact that really, for the projects, I grew up in Clarksdale. We didn't own none of the projects at all. Projects is owned by the city government. So when you're fighting over territory and claiming territory really is something that you don't even own?
Oh, it's deep. Think about that.
If you live somewhere and you gotta put up with that every day, you may not own it legally, but I'm here every day. This is mine. This is all I got.
So that's
but here's the one problem with it though, bruh. In Clarksdale, we thought we owned it as well also. But Clarksdale is gone right now.
Well,
And most of the people were moved in there though. So is it right to fight over a territory that you don't even own? That you don't even pay taxes on?
I just told you, man. If you live around, you gotta put up with that every day, and this is what you deal with on a daily basis. That's yours. That's all you got. So why not fight for what's yours?
That's good. We got you.
Ignore one of the biggest problems plaguing the black community, homicides. It's a topic that's been often discussed, but the solution is still elusive. Tonight, those in the community offer ideas to resolve the problem, and they hope you're listening.
He had it all, a bright future, a mother who supported him, and a chance at going to the University of Kentucky.
He loves science. He liked outdoors. He was very independent. Couldn't wait to get a job.
But his dreams were dashed when he was shot and killed in 2008, just days before he was scheduled to go to Lexington to start school.
You know, they're babies trying to live a grown man's life.
Antonio Tharp didn't grow up in a bad neighborhood, but the idea of hanging out in the projects and living a street life was too attractive to ignore. So he spent his days in places and with people who would only lead him to trouble.
This is not a part of life. There's more to life than hanging on the corner. There's more to life than trying to keep up with the Joneses, you know.
His mother, Terry, said that she strived to raise a young man who would go on to do bigger and better things.
African Americans, they feel like that's all they got is to sell drugs, you know. They feel like there's no positive role models, you know.
Antonio fits the mold of many of Louisville's homicide victims, young, black, and male.
You know, it's kind of rough living in this world. It's bad when a grown man is afraid to walk in his own neighborhood. But that's how it is now. You know, Charlie was just walking to the store getting his baby some milk, and they passed by in a car and just shot him down. But I think things are gonna get better. I still believe there's hope. You do your part and I do my part. The world can be a better place. I know it can.
my security going down. Used to wear a smile, now all I wear is a frown. Killed my little brother for his Nike pair of shoes. They got out the next day, what am I to do? This is madness.
This is madness, and you know that I don't know why.
That's where I live.
Some people just wanna live a good life. Don't nobody really wanna die.
This is madness.
Brothers, thinking that's the only way.
That's where I live.
Gotta be trying to help one another, make tomorrow a better day.
Carry guns and weapons before junior high. Spoke with a young man and I asked him why. Said that I needed for my safety. He said I better shoot first before someone shoots me. This is madness.
This madness keeps me on the run.
That's where I live.
It's a fact you gotta watch your back, because you don't know who's got a gun.
This is madness.
Both my hands in the air.
That's where I live.
The way to keep my sanity is just to act like I just don't care.
Lieutenant Barry Wilkerson with Louisville Metro Police Department's homicide unit says they have seen a 20% decrease in black homicide victims and suspects from 2007 to 2008, but they are still the vast majority.
Some of it's just their culture that they're brought into, that's just the way they were brought up. It's something that, you know, some of us who have been sheltered can't even imagine that lifestyle.
November of 2008, 37-year-old Sudanese business owner Mohammed Abdel Rahman is shot to death inside his New York fashion store in the Portland neighborhood.
I'm so mad. I'm angry. Because this is not the first time.
The murder is not only a devastating blow to Abdel Rahman's family, but also the local Sudanese community, and is felt from as far away as New York City.
They came by land, by air, to support us, to stand behind us, because they feel that it is very sorry, it is very deep, they are very sad for this.
Metro Police make a rare appearance at a prayer vigil and promise to bring the killers to justice.
Let me assure you that we will work tirelessly until we find Muhammad's killer.
Gather around the last stand soul.
Right away, police know from this surveillance video and a witness they're looking for more than one suspect.
The witnesses told us right away that there was two people that came in the store and that they both had guns.
We're reviewing all the video from each store and other surveillance videos in the area. Again, hoping to piece together the different parts and I guess trying to piece together what exactly occurred, what business they went to first, and then what actually occurred at the business itself.
And then, after several weeks and dozens of leads, the case is in the news again, after a routine traffic stop produces the person police call the trigger man, Alexander Ruff. It would be more than a year before another arrest is made, but by then, police have learned there's also a third suspect in the case.
The two people that were in custody, Robinson and Ruff, were fairly tight-lipped. Once they were in custody, obviously I didn't talk to them anymore. But
Kendrick Robinson turns himself in to police and, like Ruff, offers no details about the crime or a potential third person, but a jailhouse informant does.
And he gave me some information that it may be this person, and then that led me to a place where he lived, an apartment in this complex where he lived, and I came over and interviewed as a former friend of his.
Metro Police Detective Rick Arnold now has the identity of the missing third person.
As it turned out, he was the second person in the store, and we had video of the two people that came in, and we didn't know who the second one was for a long time.
Police now know that third person is John Benton,
and even learned he has talked about the crime to close friends. But for now, his whereabouts are still a mystery.
They even had information that he had told them that he was involved in the crime. Not the full extent of his involvement, but that he had been there that day.
Now, to solve the crime, police need to find Benton and hear his side of the story. He was known to frequent the City View apartments near downtown Louisville, and that's where detectives spent the next several weeks.
I had information that he would always go and visit with a family that he used to stay with. So we just watched. We were right down here about 20 or 30 yards this direction. We didn't even make a secret of the fact that we were here. We just sat up in our car, and it wasn't a marked police car, but most people in the area would know that we were the police.
And finally, after months of looking, Detective Arnold has John Benton in his sights.
And he walked right past here, and I watched from my car until